So, Final Fantasy, the game that everyone is talking about right now and getting a good experience out of, many of which are well-known WoW refugees as they are nicknamed as
"She's so hot,"
and others are just fanatics for the MMORPG. Welcome to the Point of Irrelevancy, where I share my experiences and thoughts with you without having any relative credentials. This is my Final Fantasy XIV experience. I tried Final Fantasy XIV in 2018 because of my friends. They always spoke about how fun and amazing the game was, and I was hooked. I enjoyed the MMORPG aspect mostly because of the RPG. Games like Dark Souls, Skyrim, and Warframe really did bring it home for me, but adding the concept of playing with a lot of players boosted that fact because I was addicted to Wizard 101 at a time, so I downloaded the game and got into it. At first, everything seemed simplistic, a beginning story that didn't have much to scare you with, a nice little introduction and smooth beginning. I played as a gladiator since I loved swords and shields at that time, but as soon as I continued playing it, I felt intimidated. The amount of quests, navigating and running from person to person, reading loads of words and not knowing where I was going was unnerving me slightly. I didn't understand a thing, and I was left alone majority of the times with no rope or guidance at all. I felt overwhelmed and quit the game at level 20. Fast forward a couple of years later in the Great Depression, 2020, my friend got me into World of Warcraft. We quested together as two blood elves and reached up until level 50. We slowly stopped playing afterwards until our friend group got into the game again, but they played as Alliance, so I took it upon myself to boost my character to level 110 with the free boost I got with the purchase of the game. It felt great. The game, not the boost. Playing all the endgame content with my friends, going through mythic dungeons and keys, playing normal raids, and overall having fun times together. Doing mount runs and see who has the most amount of mounts by the end of the month. It was great. But soon after, the game began to feel a little stale. There wasn't much to do until it was Wednesday, where the reset took place and I could do those mount farms again to cure or increase my depression from the mythic key chest that would always give you the worst gear. I give up. I quit. I want to go back and play better games. I was foolish to think League of Legends was a better game. Hey! Did you know that the new expansion is coming out soon? Wait, what? Boom! World of Warcraft Shadow Legends. Shadow Legends? Shadowlands. Shadowlands. Yeah. It wasn't that bad actually. Shadowlands had a very good launch. It was great, but still had the same problems it always had. Certain mechanics that aren't necessary. The mythic dungeon key rewards were more open, but the issue was the fact that you needed to play more and do more. It felt more like a job than anything. The mount farms were the classic old 1% represent that made me feel it was more of a gamble than an actual rerun that felt rewarding. So at some point in time, I quit again, completely. Then, the free trial of Final Fantasy XIV was out and it caught my interest. Being able to play 2 whole expansions for free without the pressure of paid game time or paying for the game in general? Sick! I can give a try without having to go so deep into it. And with my year-long experience in World of Warcraft, I may have a better idea going into Final Fantasy XIV. And yeah, I did. I am now a walking advertisement for this game. It's great, it's therapeutic, it's different. It didn't feel like I had to do something, it just made me want to do something. Unlocking certain dungeons and raids and alliance raids didn't feel necessary. It was just something that was available. Getting the best gear wasn't necessary either. Farming mounts felt rewarding in a sense. Getting a currency so that if you actually farm the mount 99 times, you can get the mount for a whopping 100% chance. And if you do get the mount and have some currency to spare, you can buy glamour. The game has many different aspects to endgame, and it's great. The role-playing in this game is very fluid, and most importantly, the enriched role-playing is phenomenal. So, Final Fantasy. It's crazy to think that I quit this game because I was intimidated. Comparatively, I've played WoW for a year, and I've played Final Fantasy for about 4 months now, and the difference is grand. The attachment that I have between myself and my character was more than I expected, more than I had with my World of Warcraft character. The bonds that my character had with the main characters in the game were natural and felt more real than the connection WoW's hero had with any of the main characters. And in all honesty, the fact that I don't have to wake up to do certain tasks to keep myself away from the fear of missing out eases my mind by a whole lot. I'd rather be able to do a reputation grind that gives glamour or transmog or mounts than do Torghast for a currency that will give me a really strong piece of armor and an ability passive. I've consistently missed out on weeks of mythic dungeons because some people deemed it easy while I found it difficult. The players that I was with also found it difficult. It felt like a game of skill and commitment more than the fun aspect of it. A competition as if to get a certain rank. I felt the fear of missing out. I stopped doing mythics because the reward system was god-awful and unrewarding when you didn't get a piece of gear, and even more god-awful when it was a piece you weren't going for in the first place. The higher keys I got, the more toxic people were, and the more unfun it became for me. And in all honesty, Final Fantasy has been the de-stress I never knew I needed. But after finishing Shadowbringers, I thought it best to pack it up and wait till Endwalker would be released. But a friend of mine introduced me to many people who later on gave me the confidence to make friends in this game. Motivation to keep playing the game wasn't so I can level more classes or get better gear or glamour. It was to spend time with people, learn more about them, and feel a sense of growth and connection. So being completely honest, I never knew what the premise of this video was. Maybe a comparison between the two games? In the end of the day, I love both games. But one game just didn't love itself to grow from its mistakes. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to see more of me, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hitting the like button and comment your thoughts and experiences between these two games. I'd love to know more about your side of the story. I also stream every day over at twitch.tv/SamTheLemonBoy at 9 o'clock GMT+4, but until next time, take care.